love the Ravens as much as we do, then smash that subscribe button and stay locked in with Flock News for all the drama, updates, and excitement all season long. The sports world is buzzing with a rumor that has already set the internet on fire, and it seems almost impossible to believe at first glance. Sources hint that the Baltimore Ravens might be closing in on one of the most audacious moves in recent NFL memory, a potential blockbuster trade that could shake the very foundations of the league. Whispers in locker rooms and social media circles suggest that the Ravens management, led by the enigmatic Sashi Brown, has been in secret negotiations with the Philadelphia Eagles for a player whose name alone sends chills down any defensive coordinator's spine. Analysts and fans alike are scrambling to piece together the puzzle, wondering how the financials, draft picks, and contract clauses could align to make such a trade plausible. The speculation centers around a wide receiver who has consistently tormented secondaries across the league, a player whose ability to create separation, make contested catches, and change the trajectory of a game is nearly unmatched. The mere idea of this player potentially suiting up in Baltimore has sent betting lines, fantasy leagues, and social media accounts into a frenzy, with every insider seemingly leaking a new layer of information faster than the last. Rumors suggest that the discussions between the Ravens and the Eagles have been going on behind closed doors for weeks, with both organizations carefully testing the waters before any public acknowledgement. Insiders hint that Sashi Brown, known for his bold and sometimes unpredictable decision-making, is the driving force behind pushing this deal forward. Envisioning a scenario where the Ravens could redefine their offensive identity, the Eagles, on the other hand, are reportedly weighing their options, evaluating whether parting ways with such a high-caliber talent aligns with their long-term strategy, salary cap, and roster depth. Sources familiar with the matter imply that multiple meetings have taken place, some in high-end hotel suites, others in discreet offices, where terms were debated in hushed tones and over-encrypted communication channels. The speculation is heightened by sudden roster maneuvers, subtle social media posts, and cryptic statements from front office personnel that seem innocuous at first glance but, under scrutiny, hint at a seismic shift. Fans of both franchises are theorizing endlessly about the implications, imagining how defensive coordinators might react, and what offensive schemes could emerge if the trade goes through. This rumor, whether fully realized or simply a testing of the waters, has captivated audiences who are accustomed to quiet off-seasons, but are now witnessing a potential story for the ages. One aspect that makes this rumor particularly tantalizing is the timing and strategic context surrounding the reported negotiations. Baltimore has been seeking to elevate its aerial attack for seasons, searching for a weapon capable of consistently stretching defenses and opening lanes for its running game. The alleged acquisition of a receiver like this would not only address a glaring need, but could instantly reposition the Ravens among the league's most dynamic offensive teams. On the flip side, Philadelphia, whose passing attack has been formidable, could be attempting to recalibrate its offensive philosophy, balancing the emergence of young talent against the constraints of high-profile contracts. Analysts are diving deep into cap space implications, projected draft adjustments, and even intangible factors like leadership and locker room chemistry, trying to predict the ripple effects of what might be the most talked about trade of the year. Every media outlet seems to have a different interpretation of what Sashi Brown's ultimate vision might be, and fans are drafting mock scenarios where the trade alters not just statistics, but entire playoff trajectories. The story is evolving minute by minute, with each cryptic tweet and subtle roster adjustment interpreted as either confirmation or distraction, leaving the sports community in a constant state of speculative frenzy. The potential trade has also ignited conversations about the broader landscape of the NFL, particularly the balance between aggressive front office strategy and measured risk-taking. Observers note that the Ravens' willingness to engage in high-stakes maneuvering mirrors other historic trades, where the initial skepticism of fans and analysts often gave way to recognition of visionary planning or, alternatively, cautionary tales. Sashi Brown's reputation for making unexpected moves adds a layer of drama, as his previous transactions have ranged from quietly strategic to headline-grabbing, leaving a trail of speculation and debate in their wake. Fans are dissecting every possible outcome, from how the quarterback-receiver dynamic might evolve to the impact on team morale and chemistry. Each angle seems to offer a new lens on what is, at its core, a story about ambition, strategy, and the high-stakes drama that defines professional football, the intensity of the rumor has prompted live discussions, debate panels, and an outpouring of content that highlights not just the football implications, but also the cultural resonance of such a move. The intrigue is amplified by the personalities involved, both on and off the field, creating a narrative that feels like it is unfolding in real time with twists that no one saw coming, adding fuel to the rumor fire. Sources claim that informal talks between agents, coaches, and league officials have hinted at preliminary agreements, though nothing is finalized. The sports community is left piecing together subtle clues, from offhand comments and interviews to reported visits and private workouts, all interpreted as signs that the deal may not only be possible but imminent. Some insiders speculate that both organizations are using this period to gauge public reaction, test market sentiment, and perhaps pressure each other toward a resolution that satisfies multiple objectives. Social media has become a battleground for theories, with fans constructing elaborate scenarios and dissecting historical precedents to justify optimism or pessimism about the trade. Sports journalists have cited unnamed sources claiming that a consensus is forming within the league that such a move could have transformative effects for both franchises, altering competitive balance and potentially redefining offensive strategies league-wide. Even casual followers of the sport are captivated, checking updates incessantly and debating the strategic wisdom of moving a player whose talent level is nearly unparalleled. Finally, speculation has extended beyond the immediate impact to longer-term consequences, particularly the narrative implications for both franchises. If the trade materializes, analysts predict headline cycles, social media trends, and even shifts in ticket sales and merchandise revenue, reflecting the widespread fascination with blockbuster moves. Fans imagine a future where highlight reels, fantasy football drafts, and playoff brackets are reshaped entirely by the strategic gamble of Sashi Brown and the Eagles' management. Rumors of subsequent roster tweaks, draft compensation, and contract restructuring add layers of complexity, fueling debates over whether the trade represents a bold renaissance or a risky overreach. The story is, for now, a mix of uncertainty and exhilaration, a narrative thread weaving together talent evaluation, front office cunning, and the unrelenting speculation that makes professional sports a cultural phenomenon. Every hint, leak, and insider tip keeps the community on edge, crafting a rumor so tantalizing it feels as if it might redefine an entire season before a single snap is even played. The ripple effects of this rumored trade extend far beyond the immediate roster implications, as pundits and fans alike are attempting to forecast how it could reshape the competitive hierarchy of the league. The mere idea of this receiver joining the Ravens' offense has ignited a wave of hypotheticals, with analysts envisioning an aerial attack that could rival the most prolific passing teams in recent memory. Every scenario is being debated, from deep shot strategies stretching opposing defenses to nuanced slot plays that exploit mismatches and create separation for shorter, precision-based routes. The strategic conversations are intertwined with discussions about player psychology and chemistry, as observers speculate on how a new high-profile addition could mesh with Baltimore's existing core. Both on and off the field, rumors suggest that locker room dynamics, leadership influence, and mentorship roles are all being considered in parallel with financial calculations, underscoring how high-stakes this potential trade could be. Meanwhile, Eagles supporters are hypothesizing about alternative roster configurations, imagining a world where draft picks, emerging talent, and salary cap flexibility could compensate for the departure of a marquee player. The uncertainty and excitement blend into a narrative that is both thrilling and maddening, as each new hint and speculation only deepens the sense that something historic is on the verge of unfolding. Speculators are also dissecting the strategic timing of this potential move, questioning whether Sashi Brown's approach represents a calculated gamble designed to exploit market inefficiencies, or a bold attempt to redefine the Ravens' identity in a way that few front offices dare to attempt. Some insiders claim that the Ravens' offensive blueprint has long been constrained by the absence of a true vertical threat, and the rumored acquisition could instantly unlock a new level of explosiveness. Meanwhile, Eagles analysts are reportedly evaluating whether parting with a receiver of such talent could create unforeseen opportunities for younger players, perhaps accelerating the growth of emerging stars and altering the team's trajectory over multiple seasons. Conversations surrounding salary cap, maneuvering, contract renegotiation, and trade compensation have further fueled the speculation, as industry experts attempt to predict whether both franchises can achieve a mutually beneficial outcome without sacrificing long-term stability. The narrative has become so pervasive that every offhand comment, social media post, or cryptic tweet is scrutinized for hidden meaning, with fans and journalists alike searching for confirmation or contradiction. Even casual observers find themselves drawn into debates, imagining how schemes, matchups, and statistical production could shift overnight if the trade is completed. In essence, the rumor has evolved into a spectacle, blending football analysis, financial strategy, and fan imagination into a continuous, unpredictable story. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support keeps us bringing you the latest news on the Baltimore Ravens. And hey, drop your take in the comments below. We want to hear from the flock. Adding another layer of intrigue, some rumors suggest that negotiations may have included secret contingencies, clauses that could dramatically alter the trade's outcome depending on performance metrics, injury reports, or team success thresholds. Speculators argue that such mechanisms, if true, could indicate a level of sophistication rarely seen in league transactions, revealing how far both franchises might be willing to go to protect their interests while remaining aggressive in pursuit of competitive advantage. Meanwhile, mock scenarios abound, with fans constructing intricate projections that anticipate every conceivable twist, from immediate impact plays to long-term developmental ramifications. Analysts discuss how the introduction of a high-caliber receiver could influence quarterback decision-making, defensive alignments, and even special team strategy, demonstrating the far-reaching implications of what might appear, on the surface, to be a simple personnel swap. The rumor has also sparked conversations about broader league trends, as teams observe how one bold move can force competitors to reassess their own rosters, financial commitments, and strategic philosophies. Sports media outlets are running constant updates, speculation panels, and deep dive analysis, all contributing to a sense of anticipation that feels almost tangible, with every passing day bringing fans closer to what could become a defining narrative in professional football. The human element is equally central to this ongoing speculation, as observers ponder how personalities, leadership styles, and locker room chemistry might influence the success of the rumored trade. The Ravens' culture, shaped by a mixture of veteran leadership and a few rising stars, could be dramatically affected by the arrival of a new offensive weapon with superstar potential. Analysts are weighing the potential benefits of a locker room boost against the risks of disrupting existing dynamics, considering how confidence, ego, and adaptability could play critical roles in on-field performance. On the Eagles' side, speculation includes how the departure of such a player might catalyze the emergence of younger talent, foster opportunities for complementary receivers, or even reshape play-calling philosophies in a way that emphasizes balance over star power. Fans are dissecting every interview, team statement, and subtle media hint, attempting to decode the psychological chess match that unfolds behind the scenes. The rumor, in this sense, is as much about people and relationships as it is about statistics and contracts, reminding audiences that football is a human drama layered atop athletic prowess. Every discussion about the potential trade is, therefore, a conversation about strategy, psychology, and the intangible qualities that can define a team's success or failure. Speculation has also branched into broader league implications, as observers debate how such a trade might influence playoff projections, divisional hierarchies, and the perceived balance of power. Imaginations run wild with hypothetical matchups, analyzing how defenses could be forced to adjust and how opposing coordinators might scramble to contain a receiver whose skill set has proven nearly impossible to neutralize. Rumors suggest that even minor details, like timing of snaps, personnel groupings, and red zone schemes, could be dramatically influenced by this acquisition, producing a cascade of tactical adaptations across multiple teams. Analysts are weighing the trade-offs between immediate explosiveness and long-term sustainability, considering how the cap space, draft capital, and developmental prospects of both franchises might evolve in response to such a blockbuster move. Fans speculate endlessly about who benefits most in the long run, whether the Ravens' offense will reach unprecedented heights or if the Eagles' strategic flexibility will ultimately prove more valuable. Social media buzz and online forums are dominated by animated debates, as the rumor transcends a simple trade story and becomes a touchstone for discussions about ambition, risk, and the ever-shifting dynamics of professional football. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with exclusive news on our Baltimore Ravens, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what the flock thinks. Drop your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.